Hey, this is Full Game Prometheus giving you another salary cap recap with the Philadelphia offense and defense. This is my opponent's team: Chris Harris, Fournette, and Larry Wolford. I don't know why he had Wolford. He might be one of those identifier cards, and there's obviously my team right there. Alright, so I was getting the ball in the first half. I like getting in the second half to clean up any kind of mistakes. Went ahead and jumped into the Y trio single back, get a nice little run, some good blocking by my guys off the left-hand side. So now I come out of the deuce close and I do the little auto motion play right here with the flip, and I got really good blocking right there. His guys were playing off coverage and able to go ahead and pick up a good first down right there. So two very strong running plays to start the actual series out. Very strong. Jump into hook curls out of this particular play. Look for the up, drop down below, and this guy had really good users. You're going to watch. This guy was a very good defender. And you're going to really appreciate some of the things he did. He ran a lot of hybrid coverages and stuff like that. Right here, I'm able to go ahead and attack him in the flat. He actually misses me. I do a little spin move here with my LT card, and I'm able to go ahead and dive in for a touchdown. So come out of the safety blitz out of the 43 under, and he has a nice little run off the side. My safety actually got tied up in blocking right there, and he gets a nice little run right there with Fournette. Come back to safety blitz. He's actually in an empty set formation, and I saw a running back in there, but he actually hits me up top with his hill card, I believe, and he's able to go and take it house and get a touchdown. So two-play touchdown against me. So that puts me a little bit behind the eight ball. Now, the funny thing is a lot of the scoring that we had just happened. This becomes a huge defensive battle right after this. So block shit by his defensive tackle to go ahead and take out Thomason. I had really good blocking. I should be able to pick up some fairly good yards. Jump back into Miami. He's got off coverage, but he's showing me cover two, and a guy comes out to the flat. I go back to the flat, and he actually users over to the flat. And I'm able to go in and hit Weeks, which is my second string silver player, tight end, and actually get a first down over the middle. So it's not a route of progression. I make a lot. So come to the flanker pitch play right here, and I had really good blocking for some particular reason, and I'm able to go and pick up a nice little first down with the route right here. So go into a halfback circle, one of my favorite plays. Do a little out route on the left-hand side, and I go to the running back route underneath, but the ball just gets dropped by LaDainian Thomason. I'm telling you, man, he drops a ton of balls out of the backfield. And he's definitely going to be a player I'm going to go ahead and replace my next salary cap series. So I had LT going across the middle. I wanted a little bit more speed going over the middle. I go settle to get him to a 3rd and 5. I come right back to the halfback circle route, and right here I go ahead and throw back to the well, and he just user picks me. Right there, he went right back to circle. I can tell you, this guy was smart. He only took one play from to figure out some of my money plays right there, and he's able to go and user pick me. And I think that's Elvis Dilmerville, which is like a low-ranked bronze card. So I was really impressed right there. So he goes back to the run. I actually tried to hit him with the cover 2 blitz I've shown you guys before, and basically it didn't really work out too well for me. So right there he actually goes to a little crossing route. I think that was mesh. He's able to go ahead and fall into his zone right there. So 2nd and 6 right now. I'm staying with, I believe, the safety blitz, and I have to go ahead and try to readjust my safeties, but fortunately right there I left the safeties in there, so they actually go ahead and take on a gap and mess up his read right there. So this guy was very dedicated to the run, and I want you to stick around. This is a very good game. It's got a twist at the end. It's important you guys watch this game because this is a very good game. So 4th and 2, he actually no huddles me. I've got my run defense set up. This guy's committed to the run, and right there I get the timely stop right there against him. So 2 minutes and 4 seconds left. I go into play action zone shot. I'm looking low. His guys are playing hard flats. I look up. He's using the back. He actually uses the backside. I try to settle down for the bounce route, and Walker does not come up with it because he goes into another defender. So now I'm going back into the run. I look at Y stick right here, and I go back to the play action zone. The way the reads are looking, I'm thinking I'd be able to hit him, and the flat is just covered. It was covered by his user. See how he took away my read, and because he took away my read, I got sacked because he's got some pressure. So 3rd and 22nd. This guy had really good defense. He made me think. I was out of my comfort zone with my defense. I tried to go and take a shot over the middle. I almost got picked off right there. I actually got really lucky. So I actually pumped the ball back to him. I go into the zone, or the Sam 2 blitz, and he actually catches the ball right in front of me. This guy was very, very smart, very patient. Took a lot of underneath reads. He didn't really attack the sidelines a lot, but he did take a lot of underneath reads. So right here I go with a crossfire blitz, and it actually gets picked up because I didn't set it up correctly, but fortunately for me, I'm able to go and get a stop right there. So 3rd and 2 situation. Come back to the pressure, and right here he goes into a screenplay right there, and he's able to break a couple tackles with his Fournette card. It's probably going to be the running back I'm going to flip over to the next salary cap series. So once again, he goes into the empty set. I'm trying to set up dual edge pressure right here, and nobody picks up the outside blitzer, and I'm going to go and blitz him with Collins. And you're going to see Collins' number getting dialed up a lot in this game. So go back to the Sam blitz. He throws right into me, but you can see that animation at the very top. Bad timing, drop pick. I still hold the triangle button, the Y button in this game, and that's one of my reasons why I miss so many users. I know what my problem is, guys. I just can't get the mechanic out of my system. I just can't get rid of it. So right here, it actually comes right back to it. I almost pick off the ball right there. So 4th and 19, he settles, and look at this punt. This guy drops me down on the 3-yard line with a punt. So these are like intangible skills that you're playing against a good person. So right here, I almost break a tackle, almost take off for the run. So I no huddle him, hoping I can go and hit him. I try to go ahead and go a deep play action because he was playing a lot of cover 2, and I'm waiting for the break right by the defender, but he actually sacks me and he takes a timeout. So I'm like, okay, it's one play. I'm going to go ahead and take a shot. I've got Jackson, who's one of the fastest wide receivers in the game. He's a 94 speed. I'm going to go ahead and max protect. I'm going to take Clark here and give myself basically 8 people protecting, and I'm just going to bomb the ball up, and right there Jackson comes down with the ball with the aggressive catch, but it doesn't mean anything. So into the second half, I jump into the wide 9 defense. I love the wide 9 defense because just naturally has really good run fits, and it's very stout against the run. So he had some struggles right there. He goes into the single back trio type formation, and safeties come down once again, show him the same type of a look. He looks like he's going to run the ball, but it's actually a play action play. But my defender Collins comes off the edge and gets him for another sack. So 3rd and 20 situation. I switch up the defense. I actually go into the safety blitz, and Collins comes around again and cleans us up for the 3rd sack. So he actually settles for a punt right here. I can't. It's 2 minutes and 57 seconds left. I'm jumping back into the single back set. I think right here is basically inside trap play, and the blocking doesn't set up. You can see his user actually goes ahead and takes on one of my blockers and fills up the gap. So 2nd and 6. 6 yards is actually not that bad a situation. You see the clock ticking down. I was messing around with my setups right there, and I actually had to jump into an inside zone and just snap the ball as quickly as possible so I didn't lose yardage or timeout. So 3rd and 8 situation. He's pressing his defender, so I don't see the quick out route. I go ahead and take Clark and actually motion him up, and I look for the running back route underneath but miss it, and actually go ahead and go back up top to the tight end route. So this is something you want to see. This guy actually makes a really, really good adjustment later on in the game. Try to stop and prevent that from happening. So I take a delay of game right here, 1st and 15. I'm thinking if I get 3 points, that's good. It's going to put the pressure. I try to go and hit him in the flat. This defender played a very hard flat. He didn't actually come up at all. So now I go into, it's a 2nd and 15 type of situation. You're getting yardage off of it. I go into the bunch flex. I love this route right here. If you throw it correctly, you can get an easy completion. So that's why I put Irvin over there. So I picked up a good 6 yards. If I would have went to that play the last series, I would have been in a 2nd and 4 situation. Try to look for the seam, and that little whip route was taken away. But you can see Walker actually got some pretty good yardage out of nothing. So I go ahead and settle for the 3 points. Take the possession lead. It's the most important thing when you're playing this game. If you want to win more games, you want to play the game of possessions and possession leads opposed to just overall points. So Come back to the wide 9, cover 2 invert thing right here, and you can see the safety cleans up that screen play for me. That was huge. So 2nd and 12 situation, back to the wide 9 defense. I went ahead and I think I went ahead and made an adjustment and put one of my guys in flat. So I'm looking for the crosser, and Collins comes in clean for his 4th sack of the day to go ahead and get this guy in his back. So basically 3rd and 15 situation, I'm going back to the wide 9. He takes a shot up top. I go ahead, pop the ball up, and do not come down with it, nor does he come down with it. So he settles, he talented kicks the ball away and puts me in a situation where I can try to milk the clock. My goal is to get into field goal range, so it takes away his option to come back to the end around play out of the ace. And look at the blocking right here. Irvin takes off, 91 speed right here. I'm down to the 15, get tackled right on the 13, or actually about the 17-yard line, 18-yard line. So 1st and 10 situation, clock's moving down. This is a really good play for him defensively, and it just messed up the leads. He actually comes in with aggressive blitz. He takes away the running back route, and because he was coming across, I thought he was going to take away the hitch route. So I end up actually getting rid of the ball, but it was a loss of basically a down. So I think he's coming with the same blitz. No, he jumps into coverage. I go in and attack the flat. Now, off that play, his defensive tackle, his inside defensive tackle, was actually manned up against that tight end to take away one of my reads. So this guy was playing a ton of hybrid coverage, and he was an extremely good user too. So he was a very good opponent. Right there, the ball, his defender actually just plays completely underneath my guys. So that's all right. I'm down in scoring territory. I'm going to go ahead and take my 3 points. I'm going to force this guy to go ahead and march down the field and score 7 points. It still gives me an opportunity, if there's any time left on the clock, to move the ball down the field. So he throws over the middle, and this time I don't hold on the Y or X button, but the ball actually sails on him. So I come back to the safety setup. That play is not very effective if you can't set it up quickly, because it's kind of a very aggressive blitz to set up, and it's very hard to set up. So he comes out of the bunch. I think he was running with the Seattle playbook right here, and he takes a shot upfield against my safety, and I just happen to have that guy manned up. So I actually had double coverage against that shot play. So 4th and 6 situation, 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. I'm looking to go and stop this guy. I've got a blitzing safety off the edge. I've got actually a couple blitzers right there. I don't really have this defense completely set up, but the pressure comes in, and he drops the ball right here. So I am about ready to win this game. All I need is to get in yardage, just maybe pick up a good 10 yards, and I'm going to basically go ahead, kick a field goal, go up by 2 scores, and this game's over with. So I go with a nice little stretch play right here, pick up a few yards to get it into a 2nd and 6 situation. I go back to the halfback circle route, and right now I've got an out route on the backhand side, and there's nobody covering. I go ahead and put Jackson. Look at this bite by the defender. This defender came down. This guy was running hybrid coverages. There's no way that was a cover 3 shell, and he actually went ahead and must have put a guy in a flat over there against that out route, even though I didn't hit it a lot. So I knew he was running a lot of cover 3, and I'm able to go ahead and try to check down right here with the running back route, and he actually takes away the route. This guy knows what he's doing on defense. He was very, very good on defense, very smart. So come back to the halfback circle situation right here. I put Tomlinson on a up route, and Tomlinson cannot catch a ball in traffic if his life dependent on it, and that's one of those little areas I like to go and hit. So look at this, 1 minute and 45 seconds left. He's down by a touchdown. What is this guy doing? He's running the ball. Smart opponent, knows what he's doing. So he goes into a play right there, and my user just moved out of the way. I was sitting right there trying to go ahead and take away that route, and he just completely moved out of the way. So I don't know if he put me on a hit. It was a hitch route or something like that. So he gets a nice little run right there, and my guys do not take a good angle, and he's able to go and fall forward for another 6 yards with Fournette. So 9 carries on about 59 yards right there. Comes back to the route. I'm actually got the safety blitz set up, and he actually hits the seam perfectly. And right there, he's able to go up by a touchdown. So 1 minute and 3 seconds left. I'm in some serious trouble. I had three opportunities to score touchdowns against this guy, and I can't do it. So come back to the fly route. He's actually taking away the cover route, so I actually hit him on the deep post in the backside. Get a nice little completion. No huddle him. Clock is ticking down. I go into the play action shutter, play right here, and look for the crosser. That's not wide open. I've got the deep crosser, and I go ahead and try to force it up there, but Marino just sails the ball a little bit. So now I come back to a different play set. I got Thomason at the slot because that's just the way the play is set up, and this is just a different look for him. You could see it was basically sky coverage, and Thomason's able to go and catch the ball inside the 20-yard line, and my opponent intentionally goes in and takes a timeout right here. So now I'm just trying to milk the clock and come out of, I believe, an inside zone or a draw play. It's an inside zone, and I'm able to go ahead and get some nice blocking right there. He's probably really deflated, but smartly, once again, takes another timeout, and then I'm going to go ahead and run the ball again with a nice little inside zone. And I believe I pick up a first down. So I'm going to start working this clock down right here. Work it down, and I'm going to go ahead and right around 8 seconds, I'm going to go and get the field goal set up. And quickly, he takes a timeout to ice the kicker. So I know, all right, I'll go ahead and call a timeout to remove that ice the kicker animation, and I'm going to go ahead and get an easy field goal to go up by 2 minutes, leaving 4 seconds on the clock. So this game is iced. I've got nothing really to worry about. I just need to tackle him. So I'm going to actually take Collins and actually fall up. And there's a go. I'm going to get tackled right there. He breaks a tackle. Breaks another tackle. Two of these guys jump by, and now I'm isolated with a blocker on the backside, and I just start laughing. I just start laughing my ass off that I came back and beat a very good opponent, but he's able to go ahead and return a kickoff against me. And I played super conservative. I tried to go ahead and not give up a kickoff, but this guy's able to go ahead and pull off a 4-second kickoff return. I know what you're thinking. Well, you should have squibbed, or you should have done this, you should have done that. I know. I had edited this video, and you guys had to watch it firsthand. So, guys, I hope you appreciate this video footage and this Philadelphia scheme. This guy was a very good player, and unfortunately, I gave up just one of the biggest bonehead plays at the very end of the game after I had a real good reads and a good drive to go ahead and get the victory. So, to my subscribers, thank you for your support, guys. I really appreciate it, and until next time.